ever met. The first was in the 57 Gator Bowl, and the last 2005 Cotton Bowl, Tennessee won both. And as we mentioned at the outset, this is the Volunteers' first visit ever to College Station. Tennessee won the toss, deferred. Aaron Medley will kick it off, and it will be through the end zone, touchback. And that is going to give us a chance to introduce you to, thank you very much, the Chick-fil-A starting lineups, and that leads us to Trevor Knight.
Well, I can't say he's a pretty passer, but he's a darn good quarterback, and that's the most important thing, and he has created a really balanced offense here at Texas A&M this year.
Graduate transfer student from Texas, from Oklahoma, and named the starter. He enrolled early, seeking a graduate degree, and he has been a steadying force for this team. And on first down, Flavion Williams, number 5, who has assumed the starting spot in that backfield as a true freshman. Genesee, one of the best. Jermaine Illuminor is back after injury. Frank Penicho gets the start. Ricky Seals-Jones out for the second straight week at that spot. Knight pressured. Lets it go deep. Double coverage. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38-yard line by Todd Kelly Jr.
Well, if you've got a star in the defensive line, sometimes he makes star quality plays, and watch what happened here. Rush inside, he gets a quick pressure on the quarterback, Derek Barnett, a whip inside, and forces an interception. Trevor Knight would have been better off just eating this throw, but give that one to Derek Barnett. He's 1 for 1 in this game.
4th interception of the year for Trevor Knight. And the ball taken over by the Volunteers at their own 46. Blitz. Nice pass from Josh Dobbs to Josh Smith. And the Chick-fil-A starting offensive lineups, which reintroduces all of you to Josh Dobbs, senior, aerospace engineering degree in the short term. And this is Alvin Kamara. Again, Jalen Hurd did not make the trip. We continue with the starting lineups. It looks like a player is down. Kendrick Robertson, Wiseman Jones. There's Kamara. Hurd did not travel to College Station. We'll develop that story as we go on. 3rd down. They need 2. Left side, no.
The other team's star, Vern.
Miles Garrett. Yeah, you bet. You're pretty on the mark for that opening.
Well, how hard can this be? They're 2 great football players. They jump into what is called a bear look, where they cover everybody inside. That creates one-on-one blocking for the superstar, and you're not going to do it.
Christian Kirk back inside the 10. He has 2 returns for touchdowns as a punt returner, both of those last year. This one's short, and a fair catch taken. But an interception for the Aggies. A fine defensive play by Miles Garrett, who sat out last week with a sore left ankle. It's heavily padded, but he's going, as you can see. Game, Vereen Vickers O'Brien. There's Barnett. Has been a huge star this year. Jumper in the middle. Big game last week. Rashawn Golden also called that by his coaches, but Gary, they are missing key defensive players.
They are. Cam Sutton, Jalen Reeves-Maven, and Darren Kirkland, 3 elite defensive players. We'll see, though. The last 2 weeks, the substitutes have done a pretty darn good job. Colton Jumper's been the leading tackler back-to-back weeks.
First down 10. The handoff right side is Flavion Williams. It's amazing he's still listed on the official depth chart as the 3rd team, but he is the leading rusher on this ball.
Absolutely, and he has electric speed. Came in early as a freshman, went through spring ball and earned his playing time with this great ability.
That's a first down. They tried to sweep. It's Williams again. Look at him fly down the sidelines and out of bounds in the vicinity of. Are they going to mark him?
Yeah,
out?
they stepped out at the 33, 34 yard line.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know if he did or not, though, to tell you the truth. It's very close whether he stepped out. I think his right foot came out 33, 34, let's see.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That right foot split the chalk line.
And the reason A&M and Kevin Sumlin thinks they're going to be different is they are different.
Here's Williams again on a first down play.
We talked about the 5-0 starts. Allie asked them what's different. Just about everything on this football team different. Quarterback with senior leadership. They run the ball. They're extremely balanced on offense. They're just a different looking football team. They're much bigger. And you can tell by the running plays early in this game, their offensive line is now a weapon.
Williams, a running back out of Houston, C.D. King High School, in his freshman year. That's Kirk in motion to the near side. Four-man rush for Tennessee, passing to the flat. And it's caught, but not for much. Travion Williams. And Colton Jumper, a backup middle linebacker who played so well last week with the tackle. The rushing leaders in yards. You see Travion Williams, number 4.
Yeah, made the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's right.
That's familiar for me.
Yeah, well, you know, only 3 back. Williams knocked away.
He didn't do a very good job of pass protecting on that one, though. He is not a big running back, and that time he went low. And I think Trevor Knight felt the blitzing linebacker as he let this go. Watch Travion come in and he chew dust on it, and then right in his face is Cortez McDowell. That produced a throw that was just a little off target.
And that brings on Shane Trapuka at the punt. They come after it. He's bumped, but it's ruled incidental. There is no flag, despite Trapuka's pleading for one from the referee David Smith.
I live in Detroit, and that's exactly how Kelly Trapuka used to act when he got fouled. Exactly like that.
Kelly is his uncle.
Let's see if there's any. Yep, basketball player at Notre Dame. And did he get touched? Just barely. No, that's a good no call.
Not called.
Yeah, Gary, I talked to Jalen Hurd's injury was a lower extremity injury, and he said he prefers that we go with undisclosed injury because he's actually dealing with multiple injuries. Jalen asked Coach not to disclose the injury, so he's respecting him on that. He went to practice Monday, tried to practice Tuesday, and could not go, so they held him out of practice. I asked Coach, how serious is it? And he said, we expect him to be back next week.
In time for Alabama at home in Knoxville. Here's Dobbs. Left side, it's Tyler Bird out of Naples. And let's check the Aggie defensive unit, led by John Chavis, Paul Henderson Walker, Sean Washington. They all congratulated him about the kind of season he's had. Plays every down, first down. That's Bird in motion. And that's Bird stuffed by Sean Washington, just on cue.
Yeah, exactly. You know, as A&M entered the league, they entered it with a wide-open passing offense. Johnny Manziel took them to spectacular heights. And I always thought that the defense kind of had an inferiority complex. Like, let's just make them punt once, and we did our job. No longer. They're a big part of the football team.
John Kelly is in the lineup in place of Camara. This pass is incomplete, tipped, and then almost caught on the deflection. Ethan Wolf, the intended receiver.
Well, Brent Kendrick, number 63, is going to get the assignment on this one. And he does a good job. Watch a man up, right in the middle, in control. This time to the outside. They had number 40, Jarrett Johnson, in that position, rushing from there.
They're down 7, scoreless first quarter. Dobbs bumps, goes deep, it's hit. Is that a forward pass or a fumble? It is ruled a fumble and an Aggie recovery.
Boy, I think that was Myles Garrett. I think that got the hit and the fumble. I'm not sure, but I think it was 15.
Zakoven Henderson might have been a part of it.
Let's see.
92.
There's Garrett. Look at Garrett. He's the first one to him, and he gets him from behind. It is Myles Garrett rushing from a different spot inside. He's the one that forces. Man, these guys are a highlight film in and of themselves. 15 for him. What a monster play. Rushing inside. Came over the middle. They didn't align him again to the outside. But what a football player. And you're right. It was Zakoven Henderson that got the fumble recovery for him.
Take another look at it from the beginning. There's the contact from Myles Garrett, the All-American.
Yeah. We're not even sure if he's quite 100%, if you can imagine that.
Well, 80% is pretty good.
Yes.
50% will
Well,
be serviceable.
Turn after the turnover, A&M defense held strong. Let's see if Tennessee can do the same.
Knight gets it off again to Travion Williams.
Inside, I think Shy Tuttle, number 2, did a good job that time, stuffing up that play. We always talk about the bookend ends, but if they don't have the tackles inside, they'll just go through it like Swiss cheese.
Second down after a 1-yard gain. No score, 2 turnovers. One by either team. Play action. Knight goes deep, has a man open, and overthrows it. Whoa!
Yeah, he didn't have all time again, though. He had to pick out a spot because number 9 put pressure. Let's look at the move to the outside. One-on-one coverage is going to be beat him on the line. He's got him wide open. But does he have time to really pull the trigger? He can feel the pocket closing. I know A&M feels and Trevor Knight feels I got to make that throw. But it happened in a split second, and it was about a foot too high.
And that brings up third down.
This is when they do the quarterback draw right in here, too.
3-man rush. And sidearm.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Travion Williams, a little move at the end.
I think it was Christian Kirk. Yes.
Beg your pardon.
I thought for sure he was going to run right up the middle on this one, but on the corner of the eye, this is what he does. He is so acrobatic when he's in there. 1, 2, 3 tackles, and watch A&M will go fast before the replay official has a real good chance to look at this.
First down and 10. Williams goes between tackles. And let's take a look at the Texas A&M Verizon red zone stats. Not all that good. 48% touchdowns. That's 16 percentage points below the national.
Well, what hurt him was against Auburn. They were 1 for 5 in the scoring zone in that Auburn football game. They could not get in the end zone. They were dominating the game, but they couldn't score.
Danny O'Brien for Tennessee is the injured player, while they tend to him. We will step aside.